Crossing the border at 9 years old. My name is Andrea. I was only 9 years old when my world changed overnight. I grew up in Aguascalientes, Mexico, with my little sister Ellie, who was just 3. From a child's perspective, my whole life shifted in a single sentence. My mother announced we were leaving. Within what felt like a blink, she was selling everything we owned. One day we had a home. The next day the furniture was gone, the bags were packed, and I was told we were getting on an airplane. I didn't know where we were going. The plane took us to Tijuana. When we landed, a man I didn't know was waiting for us near a clock in the airport. My mother had arranged everything in advance. He was a coyote, a smuggler hired to get us across the border. Then came the first trauma that I still remember vividly. They separated me from my mother. My little sister and I were taken to a random house filled with strangers. My mother disappeared somewhere else. I didn't know where she was or when she was coming back. I just knew I had to take care of my 3-year-old sister in a place that wasn't home, surrounded by people I didn't know. We stayed there for days. I remember sitting in that house watching telenovelas, the adults trying to keep my sister distracted and exhausted enough to sleep. The plan, I would later understand, was to cross us girls at the border while Ellie slept. Less crying, fewer questions. At some point, the coyotes shifted from distraction to preparation. I was placed in a car with a woman who told me to practice English. She coached me on what to say when we reached the border checkpoint. I'm your mom. The other woman is your grandma. These children in the back are your brothers and sisters. I sat in that car, my heart racing, trying to memorize a fictional life. I was 9 years old, being told to lie to border agents in a language I barely knew. In the car, there was a mother, a grandmother, a couple of other children, me, and my little sister. We drove to the San Ysidro border crossing. At the line, the adults were questioned. Miraculously, no one asked me anything. I stayed silent, praying my little sister wouldn't wake up and cry. And just like that, we were on the other side. The coyotes drove us to Santa Ana, California, to a house where another stranger, a woman we were told was our aunt, came out in the middle of the night. Technically, she was my maternal grandmother's sister, a great aunt I had never met. Still, this woman took my little sister and me inside, laid us down, and put us to bed. Over time, this stranger would become a real aunt. She opened her home, her heart, and eventually became an anchor in our new life. She passed away in 2020, but the memory of her stepping into the dark night to receive 2 frightened little girls will never leave me. The next crucial moment came days later. I remember our aunt telling me that our mother was finally on her way. After 4 days apart, we went to sleep not really knowing what to expect. When I woke up, I saw a woman lying on the couch. At first, I didn't even recognize her. My mother's face and body were bruised. There was blood. She looked broken. But then she spoke, and I recognized the voice. In an instant, the fear, confusion, and pain collided with an overwhelming relief. My mother was alive. She had made it back to her daughters. That reunion in a stranger's house in Santa Ana is etched into my memory as the moment our new life truly began.